to episode 17 of our 12 Days of Christmas collection giveaway. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee.
Vincent, get back here this instant! Oh,
Thank you. Oh, I love you too. I couldn't have done it without you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, episode 17. We made it. Brittany, we did it. We're almost there. We're in the home stretch. Okay, so you guys have probably heard this before, but again, just in case it's somebody's first video, let me run you through the spiel really quick. We are putting out 24 videos in which we will give you a tour of our entire Board Game Coffee board game collection. Those videos will be running over 12 days, hence the 12 Days of Christmas collection giveaway. In each of those videos, we will be giving away anywhere from 1 to 4 games to help you build a board game collection of your very own. Now, if any point during that spiel I actually said video games instead of board games, I apologize. We're talking about board games and not video games. I feel like my brain is getting a little confused with all this. I just had an espresso. I'm talking a little quicker than usual.
I was gonna say.
Okay.
It's like on fast forward.
All right, so now another... Whoa, dog's roving. Sorry for the little interruptions, but we have a sleeping baby and barking dog, so we had to put a stop to that so we can continue this recording. All right, now, you can enter in 24 videos, which is your best bet to win games. Remember, we're giving away over 50 games to a number of people because some of them are bundles, so you can't really say 50 people. Anyways, you can enter once at every video. Now, the winners won't be announced until our live episode that we will be recording here in the studio. So until you hear your name being said out of my mouth or written in the description of that live video, you have not won. I say that because we have some issues with scammers trying to contact people, telling them they've won and trying to get their information. Don't believe the hype. All the winners will only be announced in the live episode. And then if you don't, you'll have a 2-week window to contact me. And then if you don't, then I'll try to reach out, but it'll be all official like. Now, you have 2 weeks to watch all the videos, so you'll be fine. You have December 20th is when the last video goes up, so you'll have till like 22nd, etc. to get in and enter in all the contests. So those dog barking really kind of took the wind out of my sails. All right, now let's end off with, we have added a link in the description below to a page that we created on the Sick Kids donation page to try to gather money for the sick kids.
To bring awareness to it.
Yeah, to bring awareness to it and, help the kiddies. So if you can, click on the link, make some donations for the kids this holiday season. But it's if you can't or you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. It has no bearing on if you're going to win or not. But this being the season of giving, I thought I give to you, you give to them. Everybody just giving, big giving circles. Okay, but let's get to it, Brittany. We got a napping baby. We have to get through this. Let's go. Let's go through the collection. Boom, Hive. You know what I remember about Hive? We posted a picture of this of you. You were dressed all like pretty.
Oh, right.
And on Instagram, and the guys who did Hive asked us for permission to use your photo.
Oh, did they? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a long time ago. But Hive Pocket is we were looking for a travel game because we were going to a trailer. And we were like, we need something small to take. And I saw Hive, and it was Hive Pocket. And once you get rid of the box, once you get rid of the box, this is it. Yeah, because they're tiles, right? Hive is a very cool game, and it's just like a bunch of tiles with bugs on it, and and you place them, and each bugs have different abilities and superpowers, and it's a very clever tile laying game where you it's just a one-on-one, try to outsmart everybody else, outthink, and we played this a bit. I remember I taught my nephew, who does not play board games. I taught him. He's 4 years younger than me, so it's not like I'm playing a child. I'm not playing a child, and I taught him, and he beat me. So I was like, well, guess we're not playing this anymore.
We're never playing that again.
But Hive was good. I like Hive.
Yeah,
if you're looking for a good travel game, like there's a rule book in here, but once you take the rule book out, it's just like this bottom portion of beads, and that's it. But yeah, Hive is fantastic. And if
your kids like bugs, they'll probably like the art on it.
It's a really fun, easy to get into game. This is something you can take to a restaurant while you're waiting for your order or whatever, take to a bar. It's great. Hive's a great game.
This was fun when we went on our road trip.
Ah, yes. This is Journal 29 Revelations. Now, if you haven't heard this, it's like a little puzzle book. So you kind of flip through it, and the puzzles... there's a bunch of puzzles. Come on. It tells you how to play. Some scripture here, which you don't have to read. And then there's puzzles. And like here's a thing, and here's some more puzzle, more puzzle, more puzzle. And the QR codes, you scan them to see if you got the right answer, I think. I believe that's how that works. Once you have you scan this, it'll take you to the page of that puzzle. You enter in your answer, and if it's right or wrong, it'll tell you. And then, you write your answers in the bottom. And what's cool about this is some of these puzzles, if I remember correctly, have to do with other pages. So you're going through this one, page at a time, and you're trying to solve this. And we played this on a road trip where I was most of them are visual, so we can't always play with the person driving. But I was talking through certain things with Brittany while she was driving, and I was filling it out. So I really enjoy this. I take this with me when I travel. I don't get to do much of it, because as good as this is, if you have your cell phone, well, world's your oyster.
Yeah. So this game still that's wrapping. It's 18 plus. Not really our type of game, but I think someone gave it to us at an event.
I think somebody sent this to us. I think it was, they asked us to promote it, and to do videos or do content for it.
That's right.
And we were like, well, this is not really our thing.
We don't
really do adult content. And then they sent it anyways.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. So it's sealed. Looks like another party game that uses a lot of adult content. Not that I have anything against adult content. We swear like sailors here. Like we are, but it's just as far as our channel and games I enjoy playing, that's not the type of game I enjoy playing.
Yeah.
Like I don't like Cards Against Humanity. I just don't. That humor in board games for me does not appeal to me when it's just like, how vulgar can you be? You win.
Yeah.
I rather just keep my vulgarity to like Ark Nova. You can stuff that elephant.
What?
That's how you won last time. It's a stupid elephant card.
Yeah. You're still bitter. That's
Yeah, I'm bitter. Gives you a whole gold
now
card.
you understand how I felt during Dead of Winter when you killed the dog.
Anyways. So.
Right, it was 4 years ago.
Math Rush. I don't know about you guys, but during winter, I fall apart. Like my skin gets so dry, my lips are terrible. Anyways. Math Rush. This is one of those games that if you want a fun way to teach your kids how to learn, this is it. There's a few different levels of Math Rush. I think this is the simple one. This is the one that's like addition and subtraction, and it actually wasn't bad. So it's kind of a fun way to learn math, or kind of teach your kids and work on their math. And we did an espresso for this, I believe, back when our espressos were just like me and you in them.
That's right.
So our espressos were a completely different format. Orlog. Oh, I just recalled Orlog. I'm in the middle of a kind of like semi-angry, friendly conversation with somebody on our Orlog video. We did an unboxing, and they were like, you don't know what you're talking about. You clearly have never played Orlog.
I was like, clearly we're unboxing the game.
But the thing is, like, no, but I have played Orlog. I've played 60 hours of Assassin's Creed, the video game. Oh. But as I said, sometimes when I don't recall things very well if they're not in front of me. Like, if you put the game in front of me, like, okay, I remember how this, and I can talk about it. But when it's not in front of me, I forget things. So I mentioned that, I think they were like, the tokens were made out of ivory in the game. But no, they were wood in the game and they're wood here. So I misspoke. That upset them. And they're like, you don't have to use all the gods. I was like, yeah, true.
Me. I can't believe you didn't know the difference in that.
It was, but then I think I said something about like, use 3 gods. I think he said something like, oh, you don't have to use the 3 gods. Anyways, he's very upset. So, but I don't know if this is misunderstanding. I like Orlog. And I think played it all. It's one of my favorite aspects of Assassin's Creed Valhalla. This game I enjoy. My biggest gripe is the text is too hard to read. I'm going to stick to that. The text is so tiny to reference. And his argument was like, well, if you know how to play, then you don't need the text. But what if you don't know how to play? Or what if you did know how to play like I did, but 2 days and your mind is wiped. It's like I walk around. It's like our house is filled with those Men in Black things. I turn a corner, pew, gone. That's how our house works. This is how my brain works.
It was hard. I mean, we had the upgraded tokens, I think.
And the upgraded tokens,
hard to read.
They're hard to decipher.
Down to the basic ones. And then we were constantly referencing, which I feel like took a little bit of the experience.
This text is so small.
Yeah,
it's so tiny. Like, you always have to kind of do this. It's not an easy reference guide. And the icons look great here, and they look good on the cardboard versions, but the wood versions, our lines are so muddy, it's hard to tell what's what. That's our issue. Not the game, the game components.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of good components out here. The dice are great, the bowl is great, the tokens are great. The font, it's the legibility of the font and the wooden tokens. That is my issue.
And the reference card, because you're constantly
that's the text. That's the eligibility of the text.
flip that card.
Oh, yeah, right. If you play with multiple gods and all your information's on one side, you have to constantly flip this thing, which is annoying. So, those are my gripes. And I'm sticking to my guns on that. And yes, I have played Assassin's Creed. Assassin's Creed is actually the game I've played the most on our Xbox. It was pretty. My Xbox is pretty much an Assassin's Creed machine because that's all I've played. Because I don't get a chance to play a lot of video games, and I got a chance to play one, and I chose Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Wavelength. Now, Wavelength, we actually did a live playthrough of this, but it was a different live playthrough. It was like you guys versus the audience.
Oh right.
So
I had opened it up. To
And
the
I
audience.
played, but yeah, so it was like the audience. You were managing the audience's guesses, and then it was like Chris and Jess were playing the people in the studio.
Oh yeah, right.
And I don't know how that went. It was kind of fun. We had fun doing it. So Wavelength is a fun game. If you haven't played it, it's a great. This is actually one of the party games I like. This is the type of party game I can get into, where there's this thing. You know what? I'm just gonna take the lid off. It's not very. There's not very much in here.
Meter.
Yeah. So you got this meter, right? And you're going to have this thing, which is you do it random, and then you whoop, and so you can see. So me, I'm the only one that sees this. And I'm like, okay. I want to get people to get to the number 4 there. So then you'll have cards with terms on it like underrated games, overrated games. So I got to pick a game. That's an appropriate one to pull out.
Yeah,
that was random out of all these cards. So I could say underrated game. So I want underrated game is this way, I think. Overrated game is this way. So I got to pick a game that I think is underrated to try to get them to lay in that, but not so underrated that it goes like boop, all the way over there. I want them to try to guess here, but they're guessing this blind, right? So then they're like, oh, I think that game is about that much underrated. Or if you think I said a game and you're like, oh no, he must be talking about it's overrated, and it goes the other way. So anyways, I'm trying to get them to guess, and then we reveal like, boom, how close are you? I did kind of a poor job of explaining that. Oh, and I moved the thing by accident. But I did a poor job of explaining that, but that's how you score. It's like a team game. And it's really good. Wavelength's a lot of fun. Sorry, hold on. Closing. There you go.
I thought this game was so pretty and a really cool concept.
Canvas is really pretty. Are these upgraded bits?
I don't know, but it looks like there's
Are these upgrade, or are these the old bits and we have the upgraded bits in here?
I think we have the upgraded bits.
Because yeah, this just seems like
Sounds like
cardboard.
something we would do.
That doesn't seem upgraded at all. I'm curious. Yeah, we have upgraded wooden bits.
Okay, that makes more sense.
So Canvas is a great game. It's if you're an artist, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful game regardless. But if you're an artist, you'll appreciate this. There's got a bunch of like transparent cards. Basically, they're on some sort of like artworks on some sort of acetate. It's all the same size. So you overlay these cards to make images. I think if I cover my face, the box will focus because if I do this, the camera focuses on my face and makes everything blurry. But yeah, you overlay cards to make images, and like this is one of the images you can make. Like, you know, like that's the type of images you can make.
Yeah.
And there's a whole bunch of them. There's like, I know there's a Freddie Mercury. You can have him like in drag, and there's a cloud, and you're just trying to make things. And there's these patterns you're trying to fulfill. I can't remember how the game plays exactly. I remember the most is overlaying, and I remember enjoying it. And it's very beautiful game.
Very clever. Too.
Yeah, it was clever. And then there's these patterns that you have to. I think you have to fill or you have to meet. I don't remember exactly, because I think certain cards cover certain patterns.
Yeah.
Whatever. But what's cool about this also is this box is a piece of art that's got a hole that you can hang on your wall. You can hang this
it can be a piece of art.
as a piece of art,
Oh, I like
which
it.
is awesome.
I forgot about
So you see
that.
And like it's actually looks like canvas that's been stretched, like the back of the artwork.
Oh, it's so clever.
Yeah, so it's very pretty, very clever game. I think they did a sequel to this. We didn't get the sequel, but
was
or
fun.
expansion or something. But yeah, canvas is fun. A giveaway alarm.
A giveaway alarm.
I don't have a giveaway.
I know, because we don't have this game. I'm a little bit jelly.
What is it?
So
Just so you know, I'm not a fan of giving away games we don't have. What is it?
So this one's actually 2 games in one giveaway. I believe they get both games.
Yeah, I think so. It depends. Tell
I
me.
think Windmill Cozy Stories
Okay.
and Windmill Cute Secrets.
That's Crowd
from
Games.
Crowd Games.
So Crowd Games is sponsoring this giveaway, and they have this. Now I don't know anything about this series actually, but the artwork I looked into it is so pretty. It kind of reminds me of like canvas style artwork actually.
Oh, well, that was happy.
And but yeah, Crowd Games is sponsoring this giveaway, and I believe I don't know if they're 2 standalones because somebody's getting both of these. So they're like 2 games. It's Windmill Cozy
Cozy Stories.
Cozy Stories
and Windmill Cute Secrets.
Yeah, so Cozy Stories and Cute Secrets. When I looked it up, they look like 2 boxes. So I guess it's like games in the series, but somebody's getting both of those boxes. Cozy Stories, and Cute Secrets. And so one lucky winner is going to get both of those from Crowd Games. Thank you very much, Crowd Games, for sponsoring this giveaway.
Thank you.
We'll have pictures somewhere on this screen when I edit this, so you guys can get an idea of what you're getting.
And by this point, you would have already seen that Crowd Games has been extremely generous and have given away a few games before this episode.
They gave away Deep State. They gave away Ganesha. And I said gave away, but like it's not over. If you're watching this, you could still go to those videos and enter. And comment is how you enter to win those. Because so far, I haven't been disappointed with anything we've played from Crowd Games.
I haven't either.
Like we did a playthrough for Deep State. That was that was our introductory to Crowd Games. And then our working relationship, they asked us to do a playthrough. I was like, this is fun. We had a great time with Deep State.
Yeah.
And then Ganesha came, and we did a playthrough for that. I was like, this is fun too.
Yeah.
So I'm all in. Anything Crowd Games does, I'm game. They've always been they've always sent us great stuff. So they have great taste in games.
And they've been really kind and giving away these games today.
Crowd Games, man. They're good people. Good people.
All right.
What do we got? Aha. What now? There's Brittany. Now, if you see me kind of looking over at, I can't always see what Brittany's giving us because it's over the edge of the table. So I just see kind of Brittany rooting around, and then she comes up with something. And today she came up with Reign Absolute. I don't know how we got this. We didn't do anything with this. I don't know if this was a Tyler game that he gave us.
I thought this was a Kickstarter.
I
thought we bought this.
It was a Kickstarter. I don't know if we Kickstarted it or if it was a Tyler thing.
I think we bought this.
Did we? I don't remember. I have no recollection, so I can't say much about Reign Absolute. I just know we have it. I have no recollection of it. Like every time I see it, I was like, oh yeah, that's a title I know we have, and I forget about it. This we did back. Trogdor. This is one of my favorite games. No, I've never actually played this. I'm trying to psych you out. But yeah, I've actually never played Trogdor, the board game, but I am familiar with the... it's like, I think it was a web series, where I think that was the same web series that had like the crazy luchador and all that. Like they had all these characters. And I used to follow the web series along because I remember the dragon. Because it's like a crazy dragon that has like 1 foot. Or no, he has 2 feet. But it's just this thing. Like I recall the characters that I see. Oh yeah, there's the luchador. He's right there. But he's dressed as a knight, which he's not normally dressed as a knight. So yeah, this is, again, based on... I only bought this because it was based on a popular web series in like early 2000s. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I'll buy that. Never played it. I did open it, so that means... I must have had intent to play it at some point. There was a cool thing for that, though. They had this upgrade, which I was tempted to get, which I'm happy I didn't get because we never played it. But their cards, I think they're tiles that you have to flip over because the dragon like burns the buildings. But they have this wooden upgraded, it was expensive. It was like this solid wood board that you play on, and the tiles stay on it, and it flips. Like it allows you to flip the tiles easy because they kind of float on this board. It was cool. It was really nice. Made the game really expensive. And I think there was some crazy autographed version you could get if you're on the Kickstarter.
That would have been good for our last episode.
It all got really expensive. I don't have the autographed version.
No, I know, but it would have been good for our last episode. We had so many autographs.
Dune Imperium. Still sealed, but it doesn't mean I haven't played it. I actually played Dune Imperium in Reno, and I can't remember who taught me, if it was Devin or Alex. Anyways, I got taught this in Reno, and I played it once, and I really enjoyed it. And I bought this before I went to Reno, so I was very excited when they're like, do you want to play Dune or something? And I was like, Dune. I want to play Dune because I want you to teach me. And once I know how to play, I'm going to go home, I'm going to play it, and I don't need to read the rule book. And then it's been a long time. It's been like a year. So
now I got to read the rule book.
Now I got to read the rule book. So that's that. But Dune is a fantastic game. It's a worker placement deck builder that came out around the same time as Lost Ruins of Arnak. And it was fabulous. So Lost Ruins of Arnak was fabulous. Dune is great. The only reason it's not getting our seals of approval is because I have not played this enough, but I'm pretty sure it will when we do. All right, if you noticed a little cut there, I just lost my assistant. You see, the baby woke up early. I blame the dogs. And so I'm on my own. Let's go solo. So I have nobody else to talk to for the rest of this episode. Let's hope I don't mess this up, because Brittany usually gives me things in the giveaways, and we'll see how this goes. So, Dune Imperium. Great game that I have not got a chance to play enough of, but so much potential from what I played. And everybody else seems to love it, so I'm pretty sure you guys are going to like it. All right, what else do we got here? Now, this is like a series of games, but they're all technically different games. So, Unlock. Now here, so Unlock exclamation mark. Now, the thing about the Unlock games Like I got Exotic Adventures. Which one's this one? Oh, Mystery Adventures, and this one is Heroic Adventures. Now we've only played this one, and we've only played one of these. Now here's the thing: I say one of these because what I've learned is that depending what country you're from, unlock is bought differently. In Canada, you buy one box and you get 3 adventures in it. In each of these have 3, so there's 9 unlock games in here. But I've seen in other countries, I don't know if it's the States or if it's the UK, where when you get an unlock, you just get the one. So it's kind of like an exit situation, and you just get one of these. So the one we played was this video game one, and I think I did that because it was David Waybright from Man vs. Meeple said that was really good. He really recommended Unlock, and he said, you got to play this one. And being a video game person, I played that one. And he was right. This was freaking awesome. Now, we only played this one. We played it all the way through, but it's got some really cool mechanics where you use like an app to scan, like it uses some augmented reality technology where you look at the cards and through the app and it shows you things. It's really cool. Like there's one part where it's like a, without giving anything away, it's like a dark scene, and you bring up the app and your app works like a flashlight that lights up the card. So clever. So clever. And me and Brittany were so impressed by that one we played. I pulled out Sherlock so we could play at our parents', but it never got played. I actually found the rulebook separated somehow, so won't have to go through that. They're not hard to pick up and learn, but I always have to read the rulebook for everything because, as I said before, my brain is terrible when it comes to remembering anything. So we have these we haven't even touched, but I enjoy these more than Exit. Now I don't know if that's the popular decision or not, but I enjoy these more than Exit. But I think that's because I find these a little more digestible in Exit. Like Exit, as I think I've said before, Exit makes me feel stupid. Like I've never had a game make me feel that dumb because I'm just not good at Exit. But we did figure this one out, so that's part. I think maybe Exit's just not my level. I need more of an. Not saying that Unlock is dumb. We might have chosen an easy one, but however this is presented versus Exit, we take better to this than the Exit series. But we did enjoy them both. But I'd recommend from the two of them, I'd recommend Unlock. So, and get this one. So get this box if you get them at all. And if you can only get the one individual one, get this one. Because that's the only one I've played. That's the one I can tell you. And it was really enjoyable. I can't remember what that one's called. Oh, I can tell you. It's called Insert Coin. Ironically, is the license plate on my car. And fun fact, why is Insert Coin license plate on my car? Because when I was able to buy my first car, it was because I started in the video game industry, so I got a license plate that was video game related. So, hence, Insert Coin. The other option was Game Over, but I thought that was just going to end up on the cover of some, 500 car pile-up news story, and they were going to have my license plate there, so I thought that was a bad omen. Didn't go with it. All right, what else we got here? We got a pile of games down here and some on the table. Aeon's End Legacy. This was funny. I can't remember if it was Blue Peg, Pink Peg. This is an indie board and cards game. But I was listening to a podcast in the subway in Toronto. I was visiting, and I was visiting my family. And they started talking about Aeon's End Legacy. And I remember when this Kickstarter was out, and I was like, oh, I passed up on it. So, and they were talking about it, and they were saying how much they liked it. I can't remember which podcast it was. It might have been them. And I was like, I feel like I missed out. And then I went to the 401 Games, where I always go when I'm in Toronto, and they had one box sitting on the shelf. As soon as I walked in, I was like, well then, I'll just take that as a sign, as an omen. I'll take that. So that's where I got it. But I never actually played it. We don't get a lot of chance. But a cooperative deck building game, I was told that if you're used to playing deck building games, I have a friend of mine that's played this. She said that if you're good at deck building games, you might want to crank up the difficulty, because I guess there's different difficulty settings. And she said she started on like normal, and it was too easy for them. So she said, I think it was this game she was talking about, and she said try a harder difficulty level. But she did like it. She just thought it was too easy until she cranked up the difficulty level, and she liked it. Next, we've got Era Medieval Age with price stickers on it. Again, none of my price stickers are correct because I don't buy games at full price. I always wait till they're on sale. Not never. Kickstarters are more than full price in some cases. Anyways, so Era Medieval Age. Never played this. I remember there was an issue with it's like yellow, which is a disgusting, ugly color for your tableau, where you build your city. It's got a bunch of pegs, like a pegboard, and you build your city on this pegboard. And it was yellow, and it's like yellow engraved text on yellow, so you can't see it. It was terrible. So they added this thing, which is like a fix for it, where it's like a sticker you put on there, so you can actually see what's happening. I don't know how they saw that in production and thought that was a good idea, but I've heard a lot of good things about this. So I'm looking forward to playing that, although I never have. Oh, is that? Oh, it's Matt Leacock did this. Interesting. I know Matt Leacock's great. Oh, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Tokyo Highway. Again, bought this game on sale, still sealed. The sale that I buy, a lot of these came from the same sale. There was a board game store / comic book store in London that moved locations. Now, they knew this months ahead of time, so they had this clearance wall that was tucked in the back. So you go back there and you'll find a game like Tokyo Highway for $25. And I was like, okay, I'll take it. I don't remember what the prices were, but I always grabbed like the biggest game that was, and they had a stack of like poo-poo games that nobody wanted, so they stayed there. So I didn't buy everything. But anything I was slightly curious if the sale was good enough, I picked it up. Tokyo Highway was one of them. And somebody told me this was hard. And I never played it. Because I was like, yeah, Tokyo Highway. And they're like, oh, that's hard. And I was like, I'm not really for hard right now. Oh, but good news. As of this recording, so as of today, which is not today for you. What day is it? Whatever. Anyways, we've just... we added somebody to the Board Game Coffee team behind the scenes that we're trying them out. They're big gamers, and they are going to be reading rule books for us and teaching us how to play. I've got like a Tom Vassell set up now, because he's got people that teaches them how to play. I appreciate that. So that way I can get more content done. I am very excited. The first game he's trying out is Raccoon Tycoon, because we got to do an unfiltered review for that. But that's not going to happen until this giveaway is done. Okay, anyways, playing Raccoon Tycoon tonight. I'm excited. Going to be taught. Now, we got Time Stories. Funny that Brittany's not here for this. When I told Brittany about this concept, she said, ooh, that sounds good, I want to play it. So I bought it. I was like, hey, I got us that game. She's like, ooh, let's play it. Still wrapped in plastic. Never played it. Sounds super interesting. Just one of those, just never got to. But every time Brittany sees it, she's like, ooh, I want to play that. So if she was here right now, I bet money she'd be like, ooh, I want to play that. All right, what do we got here? Aha. We got a small little pile. Bring that over. Bam! Bang the Dice game is a fantastic dice game. I played this first. There was a card game. I didn't even know a card game existed. Somebody introduced me to Bang the Dice game, and I thought, this is fantastic. I was like, I'm so into this. And it's, a social deduction game, kind of like a party game, a light game you could play. You roll, there's like the hidden roles where, well, the sheriff is the only one that's not hidden, and then he's got like deputies. There's, I can't remember what they're called, renegades or outlaws. There's different groups of people, and if you're on outlaw, you're on the same team. If you're the deputy, on the same team as the sheriff. Now, everybody knows who the sheriff is, but nobody knows who the other characters are. And I can't remember all the rules, like all the roles. It's like, oh, hold on. Sheriff, outlaw, renegade. Yeah, sheriff, outlaw, and renegade. Oh, I got them all. Oh, and there's deputies not on the back of this box. I'm pretty sure deputy's one of them. So, if you're an outlaw, you're on the outlaw side. So every side has like a different way, a different requirement to win. I can't remember what those requirements are. It's like the renegade wins if everybody dies, the outlaws win if the sheriff dies, the deputy wins if everybody, just him and the sheriff are alive or something. I can't remember the exact details, but it's great. And the way, what you do is you roll dice and you assign, damage and healing or whatever this does. And I believe if you do the target, if you roll those, you can target farther away, because I think you can only target in like, I don't know if it's like to your left or to your right or both ways, but I don't think you can go across the table. I think you have to roll this targeting number to get high enough to like reach around. I haven't played in a while. Thing is, I have a big family, and this plays up to 8 people. So I was able to get 8 people at the table during like Christmas or Thanksgiving, and we all played, and we all had a great time. And one of them bought this because they liked it so much. So it's a fantastic game. You roll dice, you assign the damage or the health or whatever. And it's funny because you're assigning, you could be a bad guy assigning health to the sheriff to just throw people off. You can't say who you are. So you're kind of being like, yeah, no, I'm on your side. Whoever you are, I'm on your side. But Bang the Dice game, fantastic game. All right, next game on our list is, boom, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition. A giveaway? It's a giveaway without Brittany here. It feels weird. Okay, so we're doing a giveaway of Terraforming Mars, the Ares Expedition from Stronghold Games, who sponsored this giveaway. Thank you very much, Stronghold. Very generous. You put out some of my favorite games because you gave us Australia. Awesome. You gave us Terraforming Mars. So awesome. And a bunch. Was it Gonchon Clever? They gave us so much. I don't think I have many here. But love Stronghold. They've been so generous with this giveaway. So Terraforming Mars, thank you very much for that, guys. So you can win this. If you don't know what Terraforming Mars is, Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, specifically. If you play Terraforming Mars, this is considered the card game, although I think they're both card games, but they play different. So same concept. You're a corporation trying to terraform Mars. Everybody's doing that. Everybody's got their own little, things they're doing on their own. But what's different about this is in Terraforming Mars, you go through all the action phases. You go through this, everybody gets, 2 actions, and then on your action phase, you can do pretty much whatever you want. And then there's a phase at the end where you get income, etc. That's Terraforming Mars. Now, Ares Expedition has the phases broken up a little more granular. And they're like, if you want to build, if you want to do a project or an action, if you want to, I think it's research. I can't remember the terms for all the cards. And if you want to do your, what's that phase regain money? I'm drawing a blank. It's like, maybe it was up till like 5:30 in the morning. There's somebody blowing leaves outside. I'm so very distracted. Income phase. There you go. Anyways. So you have all these phases, and depending which cards people put, because everybody kind of picks which action phase they want to access. It's like all the action phases are locked. Nobody can do anything. And then on your turn, not everybody kind of plays simultaneously. As in, you do this first part simultaneously, where you're like, okay, we're going to show, I want to do this action this round. So then everybody shows. You're like, oh, there's 2 people picked the build action, and 1 person picked the income phase. So which means the income phase person gets a bonus because they picked it when that income phase is available, or when that income phase comes up. And the building people, they also get a benefit from because they unlocked that phase. But thing is, those are the only 2 phases you can use. Yeah, 3 people picked 2 different phases, so only 2 different phases are accessible. So that means if you only picked up building and income, you can't run your actions, or you can't do your research action, or whatever the other actions are called, because that's all it is. So when you're picking, you're kind of gambling a bit, right? You're doing this like, I think I'm not going to pick income because I think Brittany is going to pick the income phase, if that's what it's called. So I'm going to pick building, hoping she does. And then she does the same thing. She picks build. So nobody gets income. Everybody just gets stuck with the building phase. And it doesn't work. But, so that's clever. It's got a bit of, you got to read your opponent, which is something that I don't really get from Terraforming Mars, but you do get that from this. And it's a smaller, more portable version. Brittany really enjoyed. Well, we all really enjoy this. I brought Brittany because at one point Brittany was like, I think I like this better. We've played a few games of Terraforming Mars. I think for her, she's on the fence which one she likes better. But we're giving you this anyways, so if you get this, you can make up your own decision. If you can hear that, look at that. They're hacking away at our window right as we're recording. So we're going to take a little pause, let them finish whatever they're doing. But I'd like to thank Stronghold Games for giving us this prize or a gift to give to you. Well, you're not going to get this. You're going to get a brand new copy. But thank you very much, Stronghold Games. Very generous. It's a great game. You guys won't be disappointed. You know what? We only got 2 games left. Ignore the buzzing. Let's see what else we got. Next is a prototype from, boom, Indie Board and Cards. It's Astronauts. Now, we did what did we do for this? We did How to Play for this, I think. Yeah, I think we did How to Play for this. It's nice to be at that stage where we've done so many videos, you can't remember. We did something for sure. It was a How to Play. We did a How to Play for Astronauts. I'm confident. Sticking with that answer. If it's not, I'll correct it in the video. So, we did, this is a prototype, so I can't really say much for it. We learned how to play it for the, to do the How to Play video. And the components for the final are a lot nicer than the prototype version, which is usually the case. But yeah, Astronauts, a lot of people compared it to another game. They're like, oh, it plays like blah. I can't remember what blah is because I never played blah. But this had I'm having a hard time remembering exactly how it plays, but it had a unique mechanic that was something different. Oh, you don't shuffle your deck. That's right, it's a deck building game, but you don't shuffle your deck. The order the cards go in are the orders they stay in there. That's right, and you just take the cards and you flip them over, and you play again. And then everybody's basically working to kill the big bad and defend their home base. So it's a cooperative deck building game. That's right. That was the thing. You don't shuffle your deck. So Astronauts, I don't think it's available yet. It was on Kickstarter. The Kickstarter is over. I don't know if it's fulfilled yet. Time is a weird void here after lockdown and having a baby who doesn't sleep. I have no idea where I am in time, where I exist. All right, our last game of the episode before we tell you what you got to do to win and what the question of the day is. Ready? Ba-bam! Flashpoint, another winner from Indie Boards and Cards. And you know what had me on this? Somebody said this plays like Pandemic, but it's fire spreading in a building. And I was like, sold! That sounds like an amazing concept. And then I watched, what's that Will Wheaton shows on YouTube? Tabletop? I watched that. I watched them play it on that, and it looked like so much fun. So I asked for this for Christmas. I got it. I got it like 2 years ago, but I haven't had a chance to open it. But I'm looking forward to this. But now that we have somebody that's going to be able to open games and teach me how to play, I'm so excited. We're going to be able to whip through this so fast. And the thing is, I had access to this person for the last few months, and it never occurred to me to ask them. Just before this video it did. So, that was Flashpoint. Never played it. I've heard amazing things about it. Check out Will Wheaton play it on his YouTube channel. And that's it. I'd like to thank both of our sponsors for this episode, Stronghold Games for supplying Terraforming Mars Ares Expedition, and Crowd Games for giving us 2 copies of Windmill, which are Cozy Stories and Cute Secrets. In my brain, I keep wanting to say Cozy Secrets and Cute Stories. But no, it's Cozy Stories and Cute Secrets, which I think makes more sense. It makes more sense. They went the right way on that one. And if you're wondering why I'm dressed like this, these aren't even real glasses. This is actually my Rodney outfit from when we did our episode of Everybody Lies. I just happened to put the shirt on and the glasses came across. I was like, I'll just put that on. I'm just like Rodney today. Anyways, so I'd like to thank our sponsors, Stronghold and Crowd Games, for giving us, well, again, I don't have the games for Crowd Games, but I will have an image here. So, Stronghold and Crowd Games for this giveaway. Thank you very much. I swear they're just screwing with us now. They're just doing like passes outside our window. All right, so let's try to ignore that. So, here's what you have to do to win. Subscribe to Board Game Coffee on YouTube, like this video, and in the comments, answer the question, being that this is the holiday season, thought this was appropriate. What board games do you want to see under your Christmas tree? As in receiving, not you getting somebody else. What board games do you want for Christmas? And let's limit it to like 1 or 2. Like which ones you want most. That way we don't get a list of 50, because that's what I would do. That was too literal. So yeah, let us know in the comments which board games you would like to get for Christmas. Keep it to 1 or 2. And in your comment, when you answer, let us know which country you're commenting from, because this contest is limited to US and Canada residents only. I say residents, but technically, if you're from another country outside of those and you want to enter but send it somewhere else, just tell us which country you want to send to. Because maybe you have family in the US or Canada. That's fine. What's important to us is that that's where it goes shipped to, because really shipping is the limiting factor here. All right. Now, before we sign off, I'd like to once again thank Stronghold Games for Terraforming Mars and Crowd Games for supplying us Windmill, Cozy Stories, and Cute Secrets. Remember, both of those go to one person. Thanks very much, guys, for joining us, and enter in all the videos. Remember, you can enter once in every video. It is possible to win multiple games. You are not limited to just one game, and all winners will be announced after all the videos are out on our live episode that we will be recording right here, and I will be announcing all the winners live. That is it. I'll see you in a few hours. Thanks for joining us. If you like this video and you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. It's the best way to keep up to date with everything we do here at Board Game Coffee. But if you want to see more right now, we got plenty of videos to choose from. And if that's not enough, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. I'm Mark Maya, and this is Board Game Coffee. And remember, have fun, keep gaming, be social. See you next week.